Hulk, Godzilla. Me. I am a Godzilla fan, and I used to be a pretty big one as a kid. And on the opposite side of that, I never really was into Hulk or anything superhero crazily. I like Spider-Man a bit, but other Marvel stuff or any DC stuff, no, not really. So this death battle, Hulk and Godzilla, definitely I had a side. I was rooting for Godzilla no matter what. I am a bit late to this death battle, but the reason is because I did a little bit of homework prior to this to get ready for it. I watched Godzilla -1, as the newer Godzilla stuff is something I actually haven't really seen yet, like the MonsterVerse stuff. I just watched Godzilla -1, and I watched Hulk 2003. And that was my first ever Hulk live action movie I seen. Both of those are available on my YouTube channel for reactions, though they had to be edited pretty heavily, especially Godzilla, because of copyright stuff. So if you're interested in seeing that, maybe you want to go to those videos here before or after this. But for even more preparation before getting into the Godzilla vs. Hulk death battle, I watched Hulk vs. Doomsday, a death battle, to get more of a feel of Hulk stuff. And I also watched a analysis of another Hulk death battle. I was only sent the edited analysis because of who Hulk was fighting that time. Was someone I didn't know, or some sort of spoilers for me. So yeah, I didn't watch that, but I just watched the analysis part just to get a feel of how Hulk has evolved and other, Hulk stuff as well, because I'm well aware of Godzilla. I also watched Godzilla vs. Gamera, that death battle. That was in my second big binge death battle compilation, something like that. So I knew these two sides pretty well. I'm about to know these two sides, because I am going to start this video with Hulk vs. Doomsday and the edit. But if you are solely here to see the me react to the Godzilla vs. Hulk death battle, you can go to this timestamp. But if you are interested in me seeing Hulk vs. Doomsday, then let us get to it. If you don't know Doomsday, not much can really be gathered for research on him unless you watch so many other things, and that is not something you need or want to do. Without knowing the power of Doomsday, who do I got? Who do I have in this, Doomsday or Hulk? I don't even know a name in my brain, or I don't even know a picture in my brain of who Doomsday even is. But I'm gonna go Doomsday. I don't know. I'm gonna go Doomsday. I'm gonna say it's like, try to guess powers. What do I think Doomsday looks like? I'm not sure. Doctor Doom keeps popping into my head. I feel like he's like he's like a well, that's Marvel too. I don't know. Doomsday seems like a name that it's like a person. I'm having trouble using words right now. But not a tree, but almost like a creature, but not, or like a person. It's gotta match up to Hulk, I feel like. I'm gonna just say a super strength type of power, and it's Doomsday's
pure, unadulterated rage.
Usually,
in a stressful situation, you'd want to avoid this sort of emotion in
Homer Simpson.
Focused.
Unless you're a giant rampaging pile of muscle.
Oh, that's Doomsday? I'm not gonna lie, this isn't far from what I had in mind, but it's not exactly this. I mean, it was at first, but...
2. Dr. Bruce Banner, the Incredible Hulk.
And Doomsday, the monster who killed Superman. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job
That's
to analyze
Hulk?
their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Within each of us, oft times, there dwells a mighty and raging fury. And this suits no one better than the mild-mannered scientist, Bruce Banner.
Cause when
Hey.
Bruce gets angry, oh boy, you wouldn't like him when he's angry.
Dr. Robert Bruce Banner may have grown up with few friends, but what he lacked in popularity, he made up tenfold with his intellect. However, in spite of his gifts, it was never enough to earn the respect and love of his father.
Partly because Bruce was so smart that his alcoholic dad literally thought he was a monster and expressed that to Bruce pretty thoroughly. God damn! How much distance do you think you got there, Wiz?
9, 10 feet?
Man, with an arm like that, he could really go places. Like the nut house after he murdered his wife right in front of Bruce. Aw.
Understandably traumatized, Bruce coped by creating an imaginary friend to talk to.
You know, I had an imaginary friend once.
You did? What was his name?
Dad.
Oh. Well, Bruce's friend served as an emotional outlet all the way through his college graduation. However, his advice to Bruce was oftentimes destructive.
So when the U.S. military recruited Bruce to make weapons, it was actually kind of fitting.
Bruce was tasked with developing a gamma bomb, which would use gamma radiation to target enemy weapons and buildings without endangering human lives. At least, that's what Bruce was told.
Surprise, surprise, gamma radiation is actually pretty fucking harmful. And when it came time to test the bomb and some dumb kid decided to play his harmonica right in the test zone, Bruce asked his assistant to stop the countdown and dashed off to save him. But turns out his assistant was a Russian spy who set off the bomb anyway.
On that strange day, Bruce's imaginary friend became a real-life terror as he transformed into the Incredible Hulk.
Really?
Yes, apparently. Ever since, whenever he's angry, Bruce's body and mind morphs into that of the Hulk's, granting him unmeasurable power.
While he loses Bruce's brain power, the Hulk is ridiculously strong. He can leap great distances, survive the harshest environments, and most importantly, smash the crap out of everything with his bare fists.
He also knows a technique known as the thunderclap, which creates a shockwave that can deafen foes, level forests, and push back explosions.
As if he needed anything more than that, the Hulk has a healing factor that gives Wolverines a run for his money.
You're healing. You should be dead.
He's super strong and super hard to kill. What's not to like?
Well, there's one little detail that kind of ruins the whole experience. Bruce can't really control the Hulk. In fact, the Hulk is his own being, and they both hate each other, vying for dominance over Bruce's body. And yet, Bruce and the Hulk are often reminded how much they depend on each other for survival.
Bruce figured if he was stuck with his big green Goliath forever, he might as well try using it for good, eventually joining the Avengers, Defenders, the Fantastic Four, and even the Illuminati.
Hulk has held up a 150 billion ton mountain, escaped Earth's gravitational pull with a single jump.
And one time when a planet's tectonic plates started splitting apart, threatening to shatter the whole world, he just jumped right in there and pulled the planet back together.
The estimated average mass of a single lithospheric plate is nearly 45 quintillion tons, and the Hulk pulled two of these together with nothing but his bare hands.
And he's not just strong and tough, he's more than twice as fast as a fighter jet, which puts him over Mach 5 speeds at least, and he can always go faster if he's pissed off enough.
This is because the Savage Hulk's strength is directly related to his anger. The angrier he gets, the more powerful he becomes. In theory, this means his maximum level of strength is potentially infinite. And when he taps into that immeasurable rage to the fullest, he truly lives up to his name of Worldbreaker.
Bigger, stronger, and oozing with gamma radiation, the Worldbreaker Hulk is so powerful, with a single stomp he created earthquakes felt hundreds of miles away. In his battle with Sentry, basically Marvel Superman, they almost destroyed New York. And when battling another Worldbreaker Hulk, a single collision between them obliterated an entire planet.
Even the
Dang.
mutant Darwin's power, which
Whoa,
specifically adapts
wait.
to counter any enemy, decided that the best defense against the Hulk was to be somewhere else.
Holy hell! I can't even stand up to this madness.
Not many, obviously. Typically, Bruce does his best to contain and limit the Hulk's power. In fact, Worldbreaker Hulk is a result of Bruce relinquishing that control entirely. In terms of combat, usually only cosmic beings like Silver Surfer or Zeus have the might to challenge the Hulk.
Oh yeah, like that one time Zeus hit him so hard, it burned out his healing factor.
But even gods sometimes have to learn the hard way. You do not mess with the Incredible Hulk.
I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
Puny god.
Alright. So, yeah, Hulk may get a little crazy in the comics, so to speak. Hulk is pretty tough. So the perfect Hulk to me would be a fusion of the character writing of 2003, the rage of 2008, and the strength of the MCU. Interesting. Yeah, definitely interesting stuff about Hulk. Just and the World Breaker stuff is pretty crazy. You know, I mean, we'll see what Doomsday has to offer.
What if all you had
And
ever
more
known
importantly, how's the Godzilla and Hulk
was
fight?
hatred and aggression, violence and pain? This life is reality for
YouTube comments, Doomsday, yeah, the Doomsday guy.
Thousands of years ago, on an uninhabitable prehistoric
The ultimate
planet which
life
would one day be
form.
known as Krypton, a scientist named Bertrand intended to engineer the ultimate life form.
Yep, it's another one of those stories, but with one hell of a twist.
See, at this time, Krypton was a harsh wasteland filled with nothing but sharp rocks, poisonous air, and violent predators.
Bertrand believed that if he could create something that could live through that, they could survive just about anywhere.
To realize this theory, Bertrand acquired an infant from somewhere, and through a rapidly accelerated evolution process, attempted to transform him into his dream creation.
Oh, don't try to dance around it, Wiz. Bertrand put that little sucker into a baby cannon, blasted him into the wild to get murdered by any number of things, sucked up what was left of him with a vacuum cleaner, and just cloned a new one out of the mess to do it all over again.
Well, yeah. The idea being
That
each
is
new
great.
clone would be stronger than the one before, thus covering millions of years of evolution in just a few decades.
That doesn't sound like science.
No, it doesn't. So after 30 straight years of baby murder, one of the clones finally survived the test. Amazed by his own
He
success,
lived a
Bertrand
robot.
named this baby the Ultimate.
The ultimate
Ultimate.
baby.
But to the rest of the universe, he was their doomsday.
Dude.
See, Wiz, reloading as it is, patenting my baby cannon was a good idea.
Successful as Bertrand's experiment was, it was anything but a good idea. Turns out, while Doomsday usually appears to be a mindless beast, he remembered every single time Bertrand had him killed. As a result, Doomsday had been unintentionally programmed at a genetic level to hate everything that lives.
Bummer. Needless to say, Bertrand was pretty screwed.
Because even with 30 years of development, Bertrand had never quite figured out what to do if his experiment actually worked. Because Bertrand is the worst.
I mean, he did do what he set out to do. He made an 8'10" monster that doesn't need to eat, breathe, or have internal organs to live. It just kills and kills and kills some more.
Doomsday possesses enormous strength, incredible durability, and poisonous spikes which can extend. But due to Bertrand's experiments, Doomsday's greatest power of all is his ability to adapt to his opponent's powers.
After taking his sweet revenge, Doomsday stowed away on a supply ship and ravaged dozens of planets until he finally found himself on Earth.
On that day, Doomsday did the unthinkable. On that day, Doomsday killed Superman.
What?
Well, kind of. He actually put him into a super sleep. After several days, he kind of woke up more powerful.
Yeah, we all know Wiz. At least Soups took Doomsday
So
down with him.
asterisks on that.
Maybe not. Turns out, whenever Doomsday dies, he just comes back to life, forever immune to whatever killed him in the first place.
Can't beat me the same way twice.
He's been punched to death by Superman, blasted apart by the Radiant's energy, brutally ripped in half, incinerated by Imperiex, and just curb stomped by a Kryptonian horde.
Practically invulnerable at this point, Doomsday's taken on Darkseid, tanking his Omega beams and beating him to near death. He single-handedly defeated most of the Justice League and took on an energy attack that wiped out a fifth of a planet.
He's punched through the Phantom Zone, battled super beings called Gogs for a century, and even broken Wonder Woman's arms. Arms strong enough to help pull the Earth.
And during his rematch with the Man of Steel, after witnessing Doomsday survive an explosion equivalent to 1 million nukes, Superman realized that the only way to stop
1
him
million
was to send him to the end of time.
At his most powerful, Doomsday's mere presence can boil the ocean and disintegrate buildings. A casual stroll across Africa made wildebeest an endangered species just by walking around.
Wow.
But what he's got in
Just
strength,
by walking
he
around.
lacks in brains.
Not that he's dumb, he just literally lacks a brain. More often than not, Doomsday is little more than a one-track mind-killing machine. This makes his intentions predictable, and a clever opponent could use this to, say, lead him into a trap. And should that foe come up with a new way to hurt Doomsday, he could be killed.
Still, that's gonna be pretty goddamn hard to do.
Alright. Freaking nap, bro. So he's SCP-682. So if you shoot him and he dies, he'll come back immune to bullets. That is crazy. I'm assuming they're not gonna count that for death battle. Like, they're not gonna, like, have Hulk kill him and him come back immune to it, because then there's no limit to that. I'm assuming it's like, it's a one life thing. Doomsday did, you know, it did seem pretty that, like, what did you say, like 1,000 or 1,000,000 nukes or something he took a hit to. It's actually his most requested fight. Really? Who is... Or who, more so, what is SCP-682 again? Oh, this guy. Yeah, I know him. That would be an interesting fight. Have they ever done SCPs for Death Battle? I know him, he's me. I just morph into it. But, so, interesting matchup here. Interesting matchup. Now I know Doomsday. Doomsday's story is crazy. Hella crazy, actually. He keeps, like, he's kept dying and now he got created. But for this one, I gotta say Hulk wins it. He just seems a little bit stronger, and they just seem to have more to emphasize on Hulk's strength to me. So yeah. Assume they would start with Nova. If they do, they start with him. If they should do SCPs, that'd be kind of fire. But let's see which one, how this goes about. I'm gonna say Hulk wins this. I think switch. I think I said Doomsday at first, but I got the wrong impression, I think, of who Doomsday was. Not that it changed a bad impression, but no, more so seeing like the information. I'm gonna go Hulk.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
All right. Time for... All the people are colors. Like solid colors. Oh. Ooh.
Smash ugly fake holes.
Ugly fake Hulk. Oh, So the Avengers send him in. Oh, they're going pound for pound, smash for smash. Oh, through the bus! Oh, he threw the bus and then they went through the bus. Oh. I feel like Doomsday is getting his punches in early.
Stupid gray man. God can't hurt me. Oh man.
Dang.
Hulk hate you. Hulk hates spiky beard.
Oh, the thunderclap. Oh. Dang, the entire building fell down. Keep thinking he's wearing Oregon pants. Oh, dang.
You break buildings good, but Hulk break walls.
But Hulk break world. Yeah. Oh. Dang! Yo! Dang! Ooh! What? Can Hulk regenerate that? No! Dang! That was... Wow. That was crazy. I didn't quite expect that one. Car is a reference to the 2008 Hulk where he used a cop car as gloves. Ah. This region can be overwhelmed in this fight. Dang. I'm not gonna lie. If Hulk lost that, I don't know. I feel like he loses to Godzilla. Then we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But that was crazy. That was a good fight though. Like I was like they were just like smashing each other. Pause. But they were just going like pound for pound.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Did they
With
do the
Hulk's
stats in this
immeasurable
era?
Power and Doomsday's impossible immortality, this truly felt like a fight between an unstoppable force and an immovable object.
Hulk may have had the advantage in raw strength, at least at his full potential, but Doomsday could certainly hold his ground. His victories against the likes of Superman and Darkseid prove he can take a hit from someone strong enough to break planets.
And by experience, Doomsday had the speed advantage. He regularly fights foes with light speed capabilities, while that kind of speed is an extreme rarity in the Marvel Universe. In fact, the only foe that fast who Hulk's ever seemed to keep pace with in a one-on-one match was Sentry, and that was when he was at his most powerful stage, Worldbreaker Hulk.
So overall, Hulk had strength and Doomsday had speed.
So is
but
Doomsday
neither
a
of them
villain, or
outclassed the other. At first glance, this
a
one
hero?
looked like it could
Or
go
is
either
it
way.
like complicated?
Which means the devil's in the very tiny details.
So why couldn't the Hulk's infinite strength just keep rising and eventually overwhelm Doomsday?
Well, even assuming Hulk's strength was infinite, his healing factor was not. Don't get me wrong, it can only be overtaxed by hits from absurdly powerful beings such as Zeus or Sentry, whom Doomsday certainly compares.
Naturally, Doomsday's crazy strength and speed started wearing that healing factor down.
Here's where it gets a bit tricky. The Hulk may look like a giant green monster, but he's still technically human, and his power directly correlates with his anger. A human being's anger
Wolverine was kind of putting the belt to ass there for a minute.
stems from an increase in hormones and adrenaline in the body. However, the brain can only
That
produce
was
these
crazy.
chemicals at such a rate for a limited time, eventually giving up and turning apathetic. Therefore, Hulk's limitless power could never have existed without his healing factor. It's the key. It allowed his body to continue producing hormones and adrenaline far beyond the norm, theoretically an endless supply, thus increasing his superhuman power to an immeasurable degree. So, Doomsday overtaxing his healing factor meant the Hulk could no longer maintain his increasing rage and Hulk form.
And if you're still skeptical, that's why there's a bunch of times in comics when a huge impact forced the Hulk to turn back into Bruce Banner, including that battle between Worldbreaker Hulk and Sentry. With his healing power beaten down, he literally couldn't keep himself angry enough to stay in Hulk mode.
I love science, but there's still one more thing. Thanks to his battles with Superman and other Kryptonians, Doomsday has evolved to a point where it's basically impossible to kill him with brute force alone.
So Hulk couldn't have killed him by just getting angry enough to punch harder than Doomsday ever felt.
Precisely. Here's the proof. Superman and Doomsday eventually had a rematch, in which Superman was much more powerful than their first battle. As we discussed before, Superman's power is also potentially limitless by way of continually absorbing solar energy, and at this point in his story, he'd begun to discover that.
But try as he might, despite his increased power, Supes couldn't kill Doomsday with blunt force a second time.
Ultimately, Doomsday's immunity to being ripped, impaled, incinerated, blasted with energy, and being beaten by blunt force from both focused and multiple sources means Hulk just didn't have the options available to take Doomsday out before his healing factor was overtaxed.
On this day, Hulk met his doom. Doomsday.
The winner is Doomsday.
Next
Interesting.
time on Death Battle.
I think the character called Doomsday is a good guy. Well, I was getting villain vibes, but where was one picture here that was like, yeah, this one. It's okay. It's like it almost looked like he was like protecting the Flash or something. Or like, I don't know, they look like they're on there, and then Superman looks like he's on some sort of thing. Wolverine's first comic was fighting Hulk. Oh, that's him after beating the Flash. Oh, okay. But yeah, that was a pretty good death battle. Like as an outsider who just recently watched a Hulk movie and didn't even know who Doomsday was. Not even barely. That was a good one. Yeah, I didn't expect. I don't know. I didn't expect Hulk to lose that one, but I guess it did make sense. I'm kind of sort of. I don't know. I'm starting to get more faith in Godzilla winning it. So we'll see. And then what? So this is like the discussion for another fight, but the opponent's tears. So we're just watching the discussion. Fight was Doomsday's favorite, but since then Hulk has so many buffs, it's now super debatable. No bodily organs, no lungs. Comics keep changing. So yeah, new lore gets developed, new things come out. I get you. Alright, hey, let's watch this.
Young Bruce Banner.
'Cause I'm
was a
excited for the
genius
Godzilla
and the
one.
son of nuclear physicist Brian Banner.
Who was just the absolute shittiest dad ever, complete with mom murdering and super baby slapping.
Naturally pretty distraught, Bruce's trauma due to parental abuse internalized itself as a second personality, an angry, childlike brute that just wanted to be left alone.
Even with that angry shadow in his head, Bruce grew up to be a leader in the study of gamma radiation. So like a total nerd who probably got beat up all the time.
He had that covered. During a gamma bomb test, Bruce was caught in the blast zone and absorbed enough radiation
Really
to,
likes
well,
puppies.
die.
Except he kind of didn't. Well, not permanently. Instead, the bomb opened a door that let Bruce's alternate personality step into the world.
Thus, using his anger, Bruce Banner transformed into the Incredible Hulk.
The Hulk is one of the strongest mother hubbers in all of Marvel.
He can lift a 150 billion ton mountain, shatter asteroids twice the size of Earth, leap into orbit from the ground, and even mess with the fabric of reality by punch.
This is 4 years after the last battle.
And even mess with the fabric of reality by punching.
Whatever a time storm is, you bet your ass he can punch it and break time.
The Hulk's absurd power is tied to his rage. The angrier he gets, the stronger he becomes.
And according to almighty gods like the Beyonder, the dude's got no known upper limit. Though, to be fair, his body can't always keep up and will revert to Banner under too much pressure. Or too many puppies.
Emotions like rage are governed by an area of the brain known as the hypothalamus, which controls Bruce's transformation. If it's damaged, his life could be put in jeopardy, like when Hawkeye pierced it with a special arrow Bruce himself designed.
Good thing the Hulk's a total tank who can keep fighting for days on end. Nothing short of literal gods are strong enough to take him down.
When he does take damage, his body can heal almost instantly, even if his flesh has been vaporized or he's been cut into literal pieces.
The Hulk can adapt to any environment imaginable, whether that's just straight up holding energy or surviving the depths of space.
Among
He can
Us!
battle the warrior god Thor, who has thousands of years of combat experience and is fast enough to cross the universe in about 5 seconds, nearly 300 quadrillion times the speed of light.
No wonder the world's so scared of him. He's a green apple flavored behemoth of destruction with the mind of a cranky 4-year-old.
While the classic Savage Hulk persona may be a childish brute, there are several, maybe even thousands of other personalities cooped up within Banner's shattered psyche.
Joe Fixit is a street smart bouncer. Doc Green is a super genius, and the Devil Hulk is the father figure Bruce never had. It's like an all-you-can-eat Hulk Emporium in Bruce's brain. We got your Dark Hulk, Mindless Hulk, Hulk Squared, and Claw, which is basically just Sad Hulk. It's kinda dumb.
Despite seeing his human half as weak, Hulk and Bruce would finally unite against a cruel, uncaring world under a new persona, the Green Scar.
He brought a world war to Earth and tore the superhero community a new asshole. And by finally letting go of puny Banner, the Hulk became the unstoppable force everyone's always feared, a world breaker.
World is underselling it. The Savage Hulk once obliterated an entire universe with a thunderclap and bloodied Hyperion with a single punch. The same Hyperion who survived the collision of 2 universes unscathed. Which begs the question, how much more powerful is the Hulk at his maximum?
This one's all on me, Wiz. So, Hulk was once with this chick, Umar, ruler of the Dark Dimension. Spooky. Hulk could only match her strength for 6 minutes, but he made up for it in round 2 when he came back as the Green Scar and kept Hulk smashing for hours. It's likely they went until dawn. That's a 12-hour session of Hulk smashing at most. My man.
Well, that would make the Green Scar 120 times stronger than the Savage Hulk. Multiplying that by the energy of the 2 colliding universes would yield 960 duovigintillion joules. That's just a ridiculous number. All that from a single battle?
Battle? Oh, sweet summer child, Wiz. That's not the kind of smashing I meant.
You've got to be kidding me.
I think I just invented a new field of science. The science of the Now, you might be thinking this gamma stuff is nuts, and you're right, because it's Satan magic.
So, turns out, gamma is actually directly connected to energy from hell, drawn from Marvel's ultimate satanic being, the One Below All. By using his powers, the Hulk is literally channeling the devil.
It's also what kept him alive all these years. Every time Bruce dies, his soul is sent to hell and can resurrect. Once returned to the world, his body will heal from whatever killed him. The dude literally can't die.
And after a journey into the lowest plane of hell, the Hulk even faced off against the One Below All and the ghost of his father.
In the greatest therapy session of all time, he thunderclapped those two assholes to smithereens. Talk about cathartic, from one man with crippling daddy issues to another. Well done, sir.
What else can you say but incredible?
Incredible. Oh wait, I didn't even pause that. Of context to why Hulk started a war with the Avengers and Earth. Gamma radiation comes from hell. Interesting. Alright. So some things buffing Hulk a bit. I can see. Will it be enough to take on Godzilla? Godzilla! I have watched the death battle of him and Gamera. So this is like, we have seen both Godzilla things. I've seen a Hulk thing and a Godzilla thing. But Hulk lost his. Godzilla won his. But I'm not gonna start yet, I'm just full screen it, but Hulk versus... No, I didn't want to do that. Hulk versus Godzilla. I'm not gonna lie. Both of these combatants, they have a lot of, fans, a lot of, they're pretty, pretty, what am I trying to say? They're pretty recognizable. But I have a clear favorite in this matchup for me. I am definitely going to be rooting for Godzilla. Godzilla is... I'm a fan of Godzilla. Godzilla was a big childhood childhood thing of mine. These two games are two of my first video games ever, and two of my favorite video games of all time. We have Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee and Godzilla Save the Earth. I got a few different ones, but just for examples here, I got some figure. I like Godzilla. I like Godzilla here. Let's see. Is that even gonna matter? No, but for at least my aesthetic, we can do that, and then. Yeah, that's probably never gonna work, but we can try. I'm a big fan of Godzilla. Not really not too much on the Hulk, actually. That would be better for visual aid, perhaps. After hearing the Hulk obliterate entire fucking universe with a thunderclap, I go for Hulk in this one. They use power, immortality, and comparing gamma radiation to Godzilla's radiation power. Say between now and his first battle, there was a comic called The Immortal Hulk, which really boosted his powers. They signed by Godzilla. Yes, okay. The wins versus the first one that went against Doomsday, but updated Hulk lore. Now Hulk wins. He literally destroyed universes by clapping hands, so no. Listen. I'll admit, I'm a little spooked. I'm a little worried, but sometimes you just gotta go with your gut. You gotta go with what you know. Just like over the weekend. Over the weekend that we had college football. We had Texas versus Ohio State. And someone by the name of Corso recently retired from making sports pits. And he stuck with Ohio State. And they won. And I don't think they were favored to win. Actually, they were favored to win, but He took Florida State, and they were not favored to win. So sometimes you just got to. So this one, give me Godzilla to win it all. I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna win this. The Immortal Hulk comic that seems a little sus, but Godzilla's literally generational, bro. Generational. Not to say Hulk isn't, but Godzilla keeps coming back. They still can't keep him down. You saw at the end of Godzilla -1. He's still not dead yet. He still keeps going. So I'm gonna say Godzilla. I'm gonna say Godzilla wins in power. I'm gonna say. The Godzilla's radiation. I'm gonna say Godzilla wins in radiation too. I'm gonna say Godzilla gets better, and then they may give Hulk immortality if there's like immortal Hulk or I don't know, immortality or radiation. I think I don't know. I could see them going full in like the comic book nerd kind of thing. Pull a High School Musical, bet on it. Listen, can have all that power. Let's go. Let me see this replay. I think a play was made on this football game. I'm on my TV. Let me see real quickly. Godzilla was made in 1954. Hulk was made in 1962. That's a bigger number. Ain't that crazy? 8 years apart. Crazy. Alright, let's see this. Let's go, Godzilla. No offense, Hulk. I'm worried. I just spilled water everywhere.
Marvel's green
they got OG Godzilla.
King of the monsters. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Okay, so we're doing Hulk first. Alright. Alright, we're going Hulk. Alright.
What is the Hulk? Is he man? Is he monster? Or is he both?
He's a mean green smashing machine, the angry son of the Gamma Bomb.
A weapon designed by the greatest gamma scientist of all, Dr. Robert Bruce Banner.
But just before it went off, Bruce had to be a hero and save some dumb schmuck who was hanging around the test site. Damn it, Rick.
That day, Bruce Banner died.
And became the incredible...
Read that quote at the beginning. The Hulk is the personification of the enemy which lurks under the surface of us all. We have to control that enemy within ourselves, or we can't control the conduct of the world. Bill Bixby. Interesting.
The Incredible Hulk, a pissed-off giant who must be really glad Bruce wears the purple stretch fit.
Standing 8 feet tall and stronger than 10 million men, the Hulk emerges when Banner's anger flares.
Don't make him angry. You won't like him when he's angry.
But it's even more complex than that. Banner suffers from dissociative identity disorder, with many different Hulks embodying alternate personalities.
Like Joe Fixit, the original Grey Hulk. He's a cunning gangster and the only Hulk who's got that drip.
The Devil Hulk is a violent, overprotective personality that Banner unintentionally manifested as a result of his father's abuse.
Holy shit! Somebody actually drew this?
But the Hulk everyone knows, the big guy, is known as Savage Hulk. It seems he also developed from parental abuse, hence his childlike personality. Though I'd argue he's more clever than you'd expect.
The angrier he is, the stronger he gets, with no limit.
Except for one. Bruce Banner. See, Banner's relationship with the Hulk is complicated.
Oh, they hate each other.
Mostly. Occasionally, they can come to an understanding. The alter best representing this would be the Professor Hulk, a balanced blend of Banner's brain and the Hulk's brawn.
The buffest nerd you'll ever meet. But what about when Bruce takes a step back? If he isn't trying to restrain the Hulk, what do you get?
The Green Scar.
The World Breaker!
Without Bruce's temperament, the Hulk's power and fury surges, mixing Savage's rising strength with the personality and cunning of a warlord. The Green Scar is no mere superhero. He's a king and a conqueror.
Hulk is strong enough to lift 150 billion tons of rock, jump from New Mexico to Florida in a single bound, and shake all the dimensions connected by the crossroads at once. He was pinned down by the spear of Proxima Midnight, which holds the weight of a star, and was fine. And when we say World Breaker, we mean it. While sparring with Red She-Hulk, the two of them shattered a whole planet.
At one point, he was bound in chains forged from the essence of the first firmament, the manifestation of the first universe, which could bind eternity itself. Not even Galactus was capable of saving eternity alone, and the Hulk just broke it by himself.
Maybe Thor should rethink calling himself the strongest Avenger, especially since the Avengers first assembled because none of them could take down Hulk on their own.
Speaking of Thor, the Hulk consistently battles on par with him, even when he held the Odin Force, with which he could command his hammer through infinite distances and match the power of Null, who killed countless Celestials. Even without it, Mjolnir can cross the universe in seconds.
Hulk tore a universe apart with just a clap. Good luck with that, Hammer Man. But the green guy's got way more going on than just brute strength.
As the Hulk's power stems from gamma, he can utilize and absorb it and other radiation in various ways.
Yeah, like regenerating from fatal wounds. Even getting ripped apart by Wolverine barely slows him down.
And the angrier he gets, the more regenerating cells his body produces.
It gets weirder. Did you know that if he absorbs enough gamma, he can shoot lasers from his eyes and read
What?
people's minds?
Where did this
Also,
come from?
He can see ghosts and give him a good old-fashioned Hulk smash.
Hulk can break through the boundaries of comic book borders themselves.
Bruh.
Into the empty white between
Oh.
panels, a gutter space
In
beyond
the white
time
between
and
panels.
concept.
What, like how She-Hulk can for some reason break the fourth wall and talk to the reader? Oh, wait, that makes sense now. It's all gamma.
Exactly. In real life, gamma rays are electromagnetic radiation similar to X-rays.
But in Marvel Comics, gamma comes from hell.
On Earth 616, gamma radiation is an electromagnetic frequency that can manifest as either a wave, a particle, or something else. Something that nobody really understands.
Except for Bruce.
That's right. Dr. Banner is a certified genius with 7 PhDs. According to Norman Osborn, he's the 4th smartest person on the planet.
And that's comparing him to big brains like Reed, Doom, and Tony.
Banner built the Hercollider Synchrotron, a machine that can scan the entire multiverse with the speed of a hypermind. He created the Gamma Core, which could rupture space-time between universes. He built an interstellar radio on a deserted planet without any pre-established technology.
It will make a difference!
Starship, piloting him from the mindscape within. He even built an ultimate nullifier. In fact, the original intent of his Gamma Bomb was to be non-lethal, only targeting inorganic material.
But Thunderbolt Ross wanted something with a bit more boom. They can't blame him.
Fearing its ramifications, Banner developed the Gamma Bomb on his own, keeping its design secret. In the process, he tapped into an unknown form of gamma energy that breaks down reality and mutates it beyond actuality. On that fateful day, he opened the Green Door.
You know how we
So,
said the
Avenger
bomb
teamed up
killed
to
Bruce?
stop Hulk.
That
Interesting.
wasn't some flowery metaphor or whatever. He died and came back as Hulk.
Came back from the below place, the hell beneath hell, the lowest possible dimension of reality.
It's trippy, but whenever Hulk dies, he goes there. Then a green door opens and he goes back to where he was before. Easy as that. It doesn't matter if he's been atomized, sliced up into jars, or digested by werewolves. If he goes through the door, he's back, ready to rumble. The green door did get locked into a red door, but he's easily broken through it multiple times. Not a problem.
It turns out that third form of gamma, this anomaly from the bedrock of hell, spawns from none other than the one below all. The dark side of the one above
Dark side.
all.
That's right, God has a Hulk, and it wants Bruce to bring about the end of all things. But Hulk just said, Nah.
So, what is the Hulk? An uncontrollable monster? A prison for a tortured soul? A super weapon for Armageddon?
Don't overthink it, Wiz. Hulk is Hulk. And Hulk's the strongest one there is.
Alright, the strongest one there is. Not until you see. Bah, 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 bah. So yeah, in the comics, the devil is just the angry version of God. Interesting. Green Door, the Green Door was not written yet when he fought Doomsday. So the the clap and destroy the universe. That's a little sus. I will say this. Hulk is very strong. Very strong. There's a lot of, this is why when it comes to Marvel and superheroes, it's just like, oh, you get like all this like, well, in this comic, actually, Hulk can do this and Hulk can do that. It's like, then how is there even a story if he can't ever lose? But, listen, I'm still keeping the faith. It is yeah, the nerd emoji actually, but I'm still keeping the faith. I still think Godzilla's got this. Let's see his stats. Let's see his stats. Saitama is a good example of that, but that's like kind of the joke though. Godzilla is the son of the atomic bomb. He is a nightmare created out of the darkness of the human soul. He is the sacred beast of the apocalypse. Tomoyuki Tanaka.
The year was 1946. The press gathered at Bikini Atoll to witness the power of the nuclear bomb. But many leagues beneath their feet, something ancient stirred.
Godzilla! The king of the monsters! He was pretty pissed off over the worst wake-up ever, so he swam to Japan for one hell of a crash out.
Japan was still recovering from the war, so seeing this mutilated radioactive monster towering high like a mushroom cloud wasn't just frightening, it seemed prophetic. The bomb was just the beginning. Man had sparked the end of times.
Complete with googly eyes. And the most epic war ever.
Yeah!
Over the years, there have been many iterations of the beast.
Between movies, TV, comics, and cartoons, there's at least 27 different Godzillas stomping around. Not including Manila, the Scrappy Doo of kaiju. Sorry, that's insulting to Scrappy Doo.
Despite the variety, Godzilla is somewhat consistent, so we'll examine his entire history. Focusing on the larger releases. In most iterations, Godzilla is a rare theropod that went dormant for millions of years before nuclear bombs mutated it into a gargantuan radioactive monster.
Standing 165 feet tall, at minimum, Koji smashes through skyscrapers with ease. He's so casual about bullets and rockets, they might as well be gnats. And the bombs did so much more than just pump up his size. He's got atomic breath!
A concentrated beam or spray of radioactive heat. With an estimated range of 1,100 miles, it can exceed 500,000 degrees Celsius, almost 90 times hotter than the surface of the sun.
But depending on how much radiation he's absorbed, or
he's got radiation.
Life energy from a giant
he's got
pterodactyl,
radiation.
He can do way more with it.
His red spiral ray is a supercharged.
Hulk's got immortality, but he's got radiation.
Spins.
Or he can blast it out of his back and fly. Well, he can always do that, I guess. Look at him go.
With enough energy built up, Godzilla can blast a nuclear pulse out of his whole body, creating a massive wave of atomic destruction.
His breathing laser can even break through dimensions, like when he found himself face to face with a giant mech, piloted by Hatsune Miku?
There's also a number of era-exclusive powers. Shin Godzilla can fire rays from his tail.
And Hanna-Barbera Godzilla can fire rays from his eyes. Pew, pew.
Effectively a living nuclear reactor, Shin possesses a natural phased array radar that can detect and attack threats automatically. And Godzilla Earth, who grew over 1,000 feet tall across 2,000 years, could make a barrier only penetrable by kaiju that can bypass physics.
And don't forget, Big G can ball with the best of them. After Charles Barkley got him his own pair of Nikes, Godzilla got busy.
He can ball!
It's kind of hard to emphasize just how impressively terrifying Godzilla can be when you're bringing up this sort of thing.
Oh yeah? Why don't you find a better spokesperson for Dr. Pepper? Let's talk about when his presence boiled the entire Arctic Ocean, or how he picked up and threw Biollante, which weighed 200,000 tons, or when he no-sold not one, not two, but 3 meteors.
Including the Permian period extinction event that happened about 200 million years ago.
Then he went to hell, fought some fucked up versions of God and Satan, and atomic breath that Space Godzilla so hard that he blew up the whole planet. That's scary enough for you?
See, Godzilla's got stuff like that
Such
too,
awesome
bruh.
might, he's battled the most dangerous of foes, like King Ghidorah and Gigan. In Godzilla vs. Megalon, Gigan flew from the M Hunter Nebula to Earth in 24 seconds, and that nebula is 30,000 light years away.
But sadly, OG Goji got done in by the cruelest weapon ever.
The Oxygen Destroyer. Developed in secret by Dr. Serizawa, this weapon could suffocate and liquefy molecules. The ramifications of such a weapon were so detrimental, Serizawa took the secrets of its design to his early grave.
He got lucky. It doesn't matter what you throw at Godzilla. He never really dies. You can blow off his head, explode him from the inside, or crush him in a black hole. Then he'll come back.
Or evolve into an even more powerful form. Godzilla's always possessed heightened adaptation, but many iterations clearly showcase instantaneous evolution.
And super forms. He's gone full shonen and powered up a few times. So much so, he almost kicked out
Burning
the nuclear
Godzilla.
winter just by existing.
Even the Oxygen Destroyer could not permanently end the first Godzilla. His ghost possessed a robot, his bones summoned another Godzilla, and he rose as an undead revenant hell-bent on destroying Japan.
Okay, why Japan? Couldn't he pick on some other country?
He's stomped around the Americas a few times, but it just isn't the same. Godzilla is intrinsically linked with Japan, a symbol of both their devastation and resilience. A reminder of the threat of nuclear war and what awaits those who peer too deeply into the unknown. But also, Japan's in Godzilla's perceived territory. To him, a stomping through Osaka is just another patrol.
He's not always so bad, though. He can be super protective, defending other monsters, his own kid, and sometimes even people. I'd say there's 2 types of Godzillas, the monster of nature's wrath and the guardian of planet Earth.
Well, there is a third type, but to understand that, we should first answer a question. How does Godzilla walk?
On 2 legs, Wiz, obviously.
But according to Square Cube law, those legs should be crushed under his own weight.
Oh god, here we go again.
A creature like Godzilla cannot realistically exist. This proved to be an elusive question for decades, even highlighted in Shin Godzilla, until a new theory was presented in the anime Singular Point. If Godzilla can't exist in our reality, what if he's from a different one?
What? Like he's an alien from another dimension?
Exactly! What if all kaiju come from a higher plane of existence with no regard for the known laws of physics? This dimension enters our reality in the form of archetype, a transtemporal conceptual particle.
It's that red dust that's floating all over the place.
This archetype can enter any timeline to terraform the Earth and all of reality so that kaiju can exist. This theoretically explains why various Godzillas appear in so many universes. They all trace back to one singular point: Godzilla Ultima.
Sporting the wide grin of a demonic Oni, Ultima is vicious. Just walking through Tokyo started 1,000 earthquakes around Japan.
Yeah, I've seen
Even
Singular
his own
Point.
blood is a weapon.
Over 300 feet tall and growing ever more as archetype distorts the universe, Ultima's existence implies a far more complex origin for all Godzillas. Godzilla is a test for humanity, a challenge laid out by an eldritch entity from a dimension we are incapable of perceiving or comprehending.
It's kind of like how when we move an object and its shadow changes, we get why that happened. But to someone who exists in only a 2D plane, The shadow looks like it just randomly transformed into something totally different. Crazy to think about. Come a really long way from Big Lizard Smash Building, huh?
This shadow, this
Big
wannabe
lizards,
god, desires to play with and destroy every single universe.
And Godzilla is its avatar.
Through Ultima, this entity sees the universe as an interactable fiction and can control concepts.
Well, they're going in
Ultima
right now.
itself is a singular point, one of many gateways through which the entity can tamper with reality.
Think of it this way.
All this
If
to
something
lose would be
happens that
crazy.
The entity doesn't like, it can just say, that thing didn't actually happen, and presto, it no longer happened.
That's not to say such an event can't happen in the moment of occurrence, but the entity disconnects cause and effect and nullifies events in retrospect without regard for time.
And now my head hurts. TLDR, Ultima tried to bring about a catastrophe that would end the universe in like a week's time. So, a wacky robot and a time-traveling Alexa used a supercomputer and this familiar-looking doohickey
The orthogonal diagonalizer.
to zap all of Archetype into its final form, cutting off the entity's connection to the universe.
But not killing it, because while each Godzilla has its differences, one thing remains certain.
Godzilla is immortal, and that makes him the king.
Let's go! Alright, they did Godzilla justice. Listen, I don't even think I'm wishful thinking anymore. I got Godzilla. I have Godzilla. I think Godzilla's winning this. I think Godzilla wins this one. Listen, the Hulk is crazy, but I think they're gonna score it 2-1 with the categories again, or were they power, immortality, and then comparing gamma radiation to Godzilla's. I think Godzilla has the radiation. I really do. I think Godzilla has the radiation. I think Godzilla has power. Well, actually, Hulk might have power. But with that immortality or the singular point stuff, Godzilla, okay. Godzilla has immortality and radiation, and I think Hulk might have power. Hulk destroyed universes by thunderclaps, so I'm sticking with Hulk. Godzilla destroyed a planet. Godzilla, the universe. What if that was a Mickey Mouse universe? What if that was a universe that was like with just the durability of a pencil? We don't know. Destroy a whole universe, as it say. It's just I'm not sure it's gonna vibe. So I might have it do some other things. So I don't know. I'll stick with Icy's going Hulk. As a reminder, they can draw on stats say interest. Maybe a draw on power or a draw on inventory. Maybe it's like a 2 tie. And then it's I don't know. It's something like that though. I think Godzilla definitely has a point. A singular point. Okay. But I'm still nervous. But let's get to this.
Look at the skulls.
Oh, merch
Gaze
first.
into their eyes. Now you are completely hypnotized. You've fallen into my evil trap. I order you right now. Go to deathbattle.gg.
Wiz, it didn't work. They're still here.
What? No, Boomstick, this is terrible. How can I get them to go to the Death Battle website?
Just tell them about all the cool Death Battle stuff they'll find.
Absolute
like a bunch
cinema.
of exclusive merch, every episode ever, even ones not on YouTube, and a bunch of behind-the-scenes goodies. So how about it, guys? Go to www.deathbattle.gg.
All right, you heard him. Don't make a liar out of Boomstick. Go to deathbattle.gg. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Let's go! Godzilla!
Godzilla has reached the city. So far, the evacuation is... Wait, look!
Oh. Oh, can he even see Hulk? He's so oh. gonna take that, bro. He needs more than that. Oh. Atomic breath him. Oh.
All right, Hulk. Time for me to take over. We don't want any trouble.
No! Hulk stays!
Atomic breath. Oh. See, he eats it. He eats it. Let's go. Look at that hit. Oh.
You think you're strong? I scan the world!
Ooh. Nah, you go right back. Right back. It's spooking me a little bit, but he's coming right back. Oh, man. Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah, the boost. The boost. Oh. Oh, come on! Is the world even still there? No! That is bull!
Lizard.
No! Come back! Come back! He's not dead yet! Come on! Oh, now not the doors, bruh. Is this even gonna have a winner? They can both just come back?
I think I understand.
It's been days since the battle began, and the red dust is spreading. Godzilla has grown in size, but we believe we are...
Oh. Rip the news.
Well, smash.
What is that?
1,000,000,000,000,000 to 1 and rising. That's the odds. Chance to nullify the madness behind the monster. 2 + 2 is 5. A right angle is 80 degrees. This element is beyond what we can perceive. Like gamma. 1,000 times. 1,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. I just need one.
Bruh, they went deep lore with this one.
You did it, big guy. We did it.
Bruh, I'm throwing a flag. I'm throwing a flag. That's help. That is help. He had to build some Mickey Mouse gauntlet thing. Boo! I'm throwing a boo. I'm a flag on the play. That's cheat. That's a penalty. That is Mickey. That is Mickey, bro. Whatever, bro. Whatever, bro. You know, how many times did Hulk need to use that door, bro? That is Mickey. That is Mickey, man. That is Mickey. They wrote a whole movie climax for this one. They really did. They wrote a whole movie. That's crazy. W battle, though. W battle. That's crazy. Hulk let himself die trillions of times so Bruce could study Godzilla and come up with a different way to defeat him. That is nuts, bro. So, in my opinion, it's 1 trillion to 1. You know, it's okay, 1 trillion to like 5 because maybe Godzilla got a few times in the beginning, but they got the KD, bro. Godzilla's the real winner. I'm not Godzilla's the real winner. I'm not hearing it. Y'all had your thing with the Doomslayer guy. I don't get that. This one, the Godzilla got this one. I'm calling interference.
Complicated, so let's break this down into 3 categories.
Only okay. So, what are they going to do with this one? Well, they're going to give Hulk immortality, definitely. Because he kept coming back. Or they're going to tie immortality. They're going to draw immortality, I think. And then... I don't know. I'm struggling giving Hulk any more here. Power, maybe? Gamma, I guess, but like I could see those going either way. I guess I'll say Power and Gamma go to Hulk, I guess. And then I really think they either tie immortality or Godzilla gets this. The put down is the one that counts. I believe in greater numbers is the one that counts. See the fight going either way. Interesting battle, though. Very interesting.
Into 3 categories. First up, power. Most versions of Godzilla can shrug off black holes and extinction-level events, tag beyond light-speed foes like Gigan, blow up planets. However, the Hulk is
Godzilla's better music too.
The big guy clapped a universe
Don't
to
at
bits
me.
and shook the infinite dimensions linked to the crossroads. In a straight fight with a classic Godzilla, 616 Hulk smashes the power advantage.
But factoring in Ultima changes things. The entity sees all of space-time and can manipulate its results at a whim. No matter how strong the Hulk got, Ultima could potentially negate it.
But Hulk broke chains made of the first firmament, which could overwhelm eternity.
An abstract concept of a being not entirely unlike Ultima's entity.
Even a small piece of the first firmament could break the multiverse. Plus, Hulk kept up with Odin Force Thor, who is also on a celestial level of power.
So the gap in power becomes nebulous. Still, unless Hulk could remove Ultima from the equation, neither held a clear advantage in power and
Okay,
stats.
so
Especially when you look at their immortality.
This was practically a never-ending death loop. Even with their healing factors, both could technically kill each other, but then just come right back.
The green door instantly appears when Hulk goes to the below place, and the higher dimensional entity could always summon a replacement Godzilla avatar. So both Hulk and Godzilla could not stay dead.
Unless they could somehow prevent what
So
was
they-
happening
okay.
in those other dimensions.
I was gonna say they
let's
maybe
examine
tie
the layers
multiple.
of their multiverses. Marvel's Cosmos has infinite higher dimensions, which themselves are transcended by the astral plane, the superflow, and so on until you reach the House of Ideas, the domain of the one above all.
Since the one below all mirrors the one above all, the below place mirrors the House of Ideas. Get it?
In comparison, the cosmos of Godzilla's multiverse is just as vast and infinite, but does not have the same sort of transcending layers above and below. This means the below place, the Hulk's respawn point and source of power, is out of the entity's reach.
So the real question is, if they both can't die and Ultima's entity can't affect the below place, could Hulk somehow stop the entity before it destroyed the universe?
It all comes down to Gamma and Archetype. Ultima was defeated in the anime by using a trans-temporal superdimension calculator operating at infinite speeds to activate the orthogonal diagonalizer, turning Archetype against itself.
Ultima endlessly spews this stuff, so there's plenty to work with. And Hulk can reach into comic book gutter space, so he should be able to reach through a singular point. But that's not enough.
Fortunately for Hulk, it just so happens he knows someone who, like scientists who have defeated Godzilla in the past, is an expert on particles from a greater dimension that mutate reality beyond our understanding.
Who made a device with those particles that breaks space-time, like the diagonalizer? Who made a supercomputer that scanned the infinite multiverse with the speed of a hypermind, like the dimension calculator? Hell, the guy made an interstellar radio out of sticks and stones in a matter of days, and
I
even
could
built
do
an
that.
ultimate nullifier. It's like he was made for this.
The green door waits for no Hulk. including
not impressive.
Banner. Even if Ultima's
Not
catastrophe
enough to
destroyed
win.
a universe, the door could deposit Banner in a different universe, and he could continue the fight.
He had all the time in the infinite multiverse.
There was only one way this could end, and only one person who could make it so.
Even among gods and
Among
monsters,
Us.
man was the ultimate weapon.
The winner
Man, was
is
the
Bruce Banner.
Boo! This is rigged! This is rigged! This is rigged! Nah, GG's though. I was really pulling for Godzilla, and I do have maybe some genuine questions about the outcome, but it is what it got a little too deep for me on both sides to begin with. I myself watched Singular Point, but I kind of forgot about some of that stuff. I don't even know how they come up with this, to be honest. Like, I don't know if someone does shrooms and like writes comics, but comics just be going anywhere, bruh. I don't know how they like calculate some of this stuff. It's kind of I was gonna say like lazy, like nuts and crazy. But yeah, unfortunately, this is another L for me. Like Chief and Doomslayer, I've been kind of riding high on some of the death battles, but this one I had a clear favorite and didn't get my way. It is what it is. I'm a Pitt fan, as you can see. Football specifically, and I'm a Steelers fan, so I know when I have to take the L's, but I know that we will be back. Godzilla, you are still the GOAT kaiju. I don't care what anybody says. They hoping Hulk would win, but wasn't sure, but then they said he broke chains that eternity couldn't break and went, oh god, see, bro, like, what are we even talking about, bro? How did they go from that green guy with my muscles that jumps, and now we're like kicking universe, like, bro, like, what happens in comics that people get that powerful? So that Banner made a nullifier, which in comics is one of the most powerful devices ever made, completely erasing you from space, time, reality, multiverse, making sure you never existed across everything. I'm sure Godzilla could do that. You just didn't give him a chance. But who's next? Who's next time? Maybe Godzilla could win too. They can go deeper with his deeper power in the future that they have not explored yet, and showing, yeah, maybe we'll get deep lore. And you know what? I'm gonna make my own Godzilla story, and it's gonna be the deepest lore ever. Godzilla's gonna not only he's gonna be able to create universes, like he's gonna be he's gonna be like boom. Universe, and he's about to be able to destroy it, like boom, boom, boom. He's about to be the most goated Godzilla. Just you wait, and then we'll see what death battle. Maybe we'll see how I use that with the death battle. Let's see that. Let's see that. But GG's to Hulk and Bruce. Godzilla. It wasn't your day today, but you'll get him next time. Especially if I give me the writing utensils. But speaking of next time, who's the next death battle? Well, I go back to the ones that I'm excited for most, and that is Ash and Yugi and Ruby and Maka. I'm pretty sure those are a thing. I forgot if they were. I know they were on the Kickstarter thing. I don't know if those were gonna hit or not, or they were scheduled or gonna happen. I forget the list of things that are confirmed, or if there's just anything. I that would be very boring. I wouldn't even know what to say about that. So yeah. I'll just say I hope for either Ash or Yugi and Ruby versus Maka. Godzilla and Hulk was on the list. I was on the list. Same thing with Simone and Kyle.
Next time on Death Battle.
It's Ruby versus Maka. Hey!
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battles. Thanks for watching.
That one's gonna be sick. That one I will. Ooh, wait, look at that. Debunked. Dun dun dun! Cinemazilla! you know which one he went. Another one calling flag on the play there. But ooh, that one's gonna be, I'm excited for that one because I have seen all of Soul Eater and as much as you could see in Ruby. I've seen all 9 volumes, Ice Queendom and all that. So I'm not gonna need to do any homework for this one. This way, we watched Godzilla -1 and Hulk 2003, in preparation. Oh man, I do like Soul Eater and like Maka, but I'm probably going to be rooting pretty hard for Ruby in that one because I definitely like Ruby as a character a lot. So that's gonna be interesting. That's a good one. That's a good one. So far, subreddit is what the heck is Ruby gonna do? Oh no. I mean, if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've seen Soul Eater. I say low-key been starting to be a while since I've seen anything Ruby related either. But isn't it like a 2v1 kinda? Cause isn't Soul like the weapon? And Maka, like, low-key, that's a 2v1. Wait, I'm not gonna call Mickey Mouse yet. But I may be disappointed again. I may be a referee. I'm gonna throw more flags. You opted for Hulk with the bias of him being a good guy versus Godzilla being a villain. Hey, Godzilla sometimes, you should see something. Godzilla sometimes is the hero. They sometimes rely on Godzilla to get the worst kaiju. In certain one he's very much the villain, but some he's like low key the hero one. He's about to put out next season before the fight. Ruby Silver Eyes allow her to blast multiverses. Yeah. Soul Eater may go deeper in the manga. Gosh darn it, comics! Can we relax? All in all, Death Battle. Very good episode. Very disappointing for me, but shout out to Hulk fans that got the W. Wasn't my day to get W. Probably won't be my day by the sounds of it next time either, but we'll see.